Welcome to our YouTube channel and welcome to our viewers. Manam in the previous topic, before the topic, we discussed something regarding the Salarjan 1 or Mir Turab Ali Khan's administrative reforms. But in this video, we will discuss regarding the what are the revenue reforms. What are the revenue reforms? See, he did a lot of reforms in the administrative, revenue, police, judiciary, like that. But we have discussed only the two reforms only. Administrative already is over. Then come to revenue reforms. See, as his experience as a district level officer and taluk level officer, he will get, and he got some experience. Even though along with that experience, he was learned something regarding administrative matters from Dighton. He was finally introduced because of what is the main motto to introduce some kind of reforms in the revenue, and especially under Nazir Uddana, means Nazir Uddawla, the fourth Nizam. Under fourth Nizam regime, his Prime Minister Chindula did a lot of mistakes that leads to economical depletion and economic, just like economical emergency situations were there. So in each and every a lot of that means wastage is there. To overcome such type of economical problems and to meet the financial problems, so to overcome the situation, and he introduced some kind of the reforms in the revenue matter or the revenue administration. So already we discussed in the previous class, in the last video, the entire that means the particular Hyderabad Samasthanam was divided into 5 subhas. Okay, administrative convenience. The each and every subha was headed by subedar. Okay, easy to over. The again subhas were divided into 5 divisions. They are nothing but 5 revenue divisions. 5 revenue divisions. 5 revenue divisions. Each and every division was headed by the person name is Sadar Talukadar. The person name Sadar Talukadar are also known as Smithudar. Smithudar. What are those 5 divisions? What are those 5 divisions? North, South, East, West, Northwest. Total how many divisions are? 5 divisions. The North division, what is the North division headquarter na? North division headquarter is Patancheru. East division headquarter Bongir. South division Gulbarga. West division Bidar. Northwest Aurangabad. Okay, we know very well this. See here, these 5 divisions, why he was created the divisions or Smiths in the middle of subhas and districts? Because of revenue. So revenue divisions. If they will ask in the examinations the headquarters of the particular division, then you have to say Patancheru, Bongiri, Gulbarga, Bidar and Aurangabad. Okay. So each and every was headed by the person name is there Sadar Talukadar. If we consider them as the Smith and Smithudars are there. Are you okay? Then next come to the divisions were again divided into 17 or 16 districts or okay circles. The each and every considered are known as the revenue districts, revenue jillalu. Each and every one was headed by one revenue collector, that means Awwal Talukadar. Awwal Talukadars. Here you have to remember who are headed to district level, then who are headed to division level. So headed to division level Sadar Talukadar are there, headed to Jilla level Awwal Talukadar, supported by one more also here, the Doyam Talukadar also is there. Doyam Talukadar also is there. So that's very important. You have to remember. Then you come to, so these two divisions you have to remember. Come to one more least, means village level. I said to village, village is the main source for the revenue. Almost all we are getting the revenue from village only. At village level, who is headed village level? Patel is there. The Patel is the deciding officer with village level. Then who will collect the revenue at village level? The person name is the Chaudhary or Mukaddam is there. Who are the maintain the records at village level? At present means Karanam previous, but there the person name is the Patwari. Okay na, Sheikhs in this, so they are the different. But revenue point of view at village level, Patel, Patwari, Patel Patwari system. So Patel, Patwaris and Chaudharis are Mukaddams. These are all at revenue purpose one. These are all are the posts were created by at different levels for the purpose of revenue. Okay, then come to next. In the previous video, we discussed something regarding the under Nizam. So British resident, deputy prime minister, different type of departmental heads, and even though peshkas, so like those some kind of officers are there. They are all together supported to the that means prime minister at central level. Okay, but at the same time, at especially just like a secretariat. Just like a secretariat, just like Sachivalayamu means secretariat. So that is the administrative body. That is the administrative body. But here you have to observe what are those changes are there at in the Nizam government. The first time, that means the Salar Jung one, under his reforms, in the year 1864 and 65, he was introduced Majlis Malguzari. Majlis Malguzari, just like a MIM. Majlis Malguzari. This is nothing but a revenue board. So revenue board is very important bit. When he was created to meet the revenue problems in the year 1864-65 financial year, Majlis Malguzari is very important. In English, revenue board. In this Majlis Malguzari, the four powers and four officers are there. What are those four powers means? Number one is, the first one is revenue, and the second one is irrigation, and the third one is stamps, and the fourth one is trade and commerce. Trade and commerce. See, this is the very important. The system was introduced by Bir Turab Ali Khan in their 1864-65. He was created Revenue Board. The Revenue Board, and in this Revenue Board, what are those four powers? Revenue, irrigation, stamps. The fourth one is trade and commerce. Okay, the system was abolished. Okay, this one created in the year 1864-65. Okay, 65, 66, 66, 67. Okay, up to 67, the system was continued. But in the year 1867, the system was abolished. The system, when the system was abolished, the Revenue Board, in the year 1861. But he was created instead of one more he was introduced in the year 1868. What is the system mean? Central Revenue Branch. Central Revenue Branch. Central Revenue Branch. Is it very important? When the Revenue Board was created under revenue reforms in the years 1864 and 65, under Revenue Board, one revenue, second irrigation, third one is the stamps, fourth one is the trade and commerce is there. The system is okay, but he was abolished that system in the year 1861. This is very important. When the Mir Turab Ali Khan was abolished the system. When he was abolished the system, the Revenue Board very more powerful. Majlis-e Malguzari, number of times repeated this one. The Majlis-e Malguzari was abolished in the year 1867. But instead of that, in the year 80, very followed year, he was introduced one more new office, that is called Central Revenue Board. Are you okay? In that Central Revenue Board, and here revenue, next one is police. So revenue, police, then judiciary, and the next one is miscellaneous. That means another departments like that. See, but here also, some kind of powers are there. Just in the year 1868, he was introduced that one, Central Revenue Branch, Central Revenue Branch. In this one, revenue, police, and judiciary, but others and another miscellaneous. Miscellaneous means another departments. What departments were not there in the revenue, police, and judiciary, remaining almost all under the miscellaneous. Okay, like education, health. Okay, education, health, like that. Okay, and education, health, all over the other comes under here. Are you okay? So this is the Central Revenue Board, but is not came into force. Very followed here. This two abolished by the person, the Salar Singh one only. But here another name is there regarding the Central Revenue Branch. The name of this one, Sadar. The revenue of this one, Sadar Wool, Sadar-e, okay, Sadar-e Mahikam, Sadar-e Mahikam Malguzari. Sadar-e Mahikam Malguzari. You have to remember this one. That is called Central Revenue Branch. Sadar-e Mahikam Malguzari. Central Revenue Board or Revenue Branch. This one immediately, very fastly or very next year, he was abolished the system in the year 1869. Instead of this one, he was created one more important system and one more new, that is called Council of Ministers. That is called Mantri Mandali in Telugu. Sadar-e Mahim Mufakarat. So just I will write in the board. When he was created this one in the year 1869, he was introduced Council of Ministers, that is Mantri Mandali, that is called Mantri Mandali. The name of this Sadar ul Mahim Mufa or Mufakarat. So in general books are there Sadar ul Mahim or Sadar-e Mahim Mufakarat. Sadar-e Mahim Mufakarat or Sadar ul Mahim Mufakarat. So this is nothing but Council of Ministers or Mantri Mandali. The system was created in the 1869. What is the name of that one? 1869. See, once Majlis-e Malguzari is it Revenue Board in the year 1864-65. The system was abolished in the 1867. He was created one more in the 1868. Central Revenue Branch is there. The name of Sadar-e Mahikam Malguzari. Then come to that system was abolished immediately. In the year 1816, he was introduced one more, that is called the Council of Ministers or the Mantri Mandali. Sadar-e Mahim Mufakarat. Okay, these are very, very important. Majlis-e Malguzari and Sadar-e Mahim. So Sadar-e Mahikam ul Guzar means Malguzari and Sadar-e Mahim Mufakarat. 1864 and 65 and 1868, and this one was introduced in the 1869. That means Council of Ministers. This is a very, very important. Now we discuss what are those powers are there in that one. But in the initial stage, in that beginning stage, totally 4 are there. The later was extended to 14. Extended to the 14. Totally in this Majlis, in this Sadar-e Mahim Mufakarat Council of Ministers in the year 1869. What are those powers in this one? Number one is initial around 1869 like 1870 4 are there, and by the end of 1881 1882 like that extend up to the 14 are there, totally 14. Out of 14, 7 ministries are there and the names are there, and remaining 70 there is no names of it. Okay, so totally initial 4, later we extend to the 14. What are those at initial stage? At initial stage, the first one is the revenue, and the second one is police, and third one is the judiciary, and the fourth one is miscellaneous. So what are the powers which are not there, and another almost all another posts are comes under this one is the miscellaneous. So revenue, police, judiciary, and miscellaneous. In this miscellaneous, health, education, municipal and public works department. So these are comes under miscellaneous. Okay na. See, health, education, municipal and public works department, all are those comes under the miscellaneous. So revenue, police, judiciary and miscellaneous. Itara sayakalu. But what are those great personalities appointed as the revenue, police, judiciary ministries, if they will ask? So revenue, Mukarram Abdullah Bahadur. The name of this particular fellow, Mukarram Abdullah Bahadur. Okay, Bahadur. Then come to police. Shamsher Abdullah Bahadur. Shamsher Abdullah Bahadur. Then Bashir Abdullah Bahadur. Then next one, Shahib Zain Bahadur. See, these are the very important personalities. Mukarram Abdullah Bahadur as a revenue, Shamsher Abdullah Bahadur as the police, and Bashir Abdullah Bahadur as judiciary, Shahib Zain Bahadur as miscellaneous ministers. Under him the health. This is the fourth one, education fifth, municipal sixth, and public works are the seven. So 7 ministries names are there. Later another 7 ministers will add, but there is no names regarding this one. So totally these are the very important. Sometimes they will give as means in our examination. That's just like as a matching. One side they will give the revenue, police, judiciary, miscellaneous, and they will give their names. Mukarram Abdullah Bahadur, Shamsher Abdullah Bahadur, and Bashir Abdullah Bahadur, and Shahib Zain Bahadur. And these are the very important officers, or are the officials, or the ministers at under the Sadr Mahim Mufakarat. These are the very important. Number of time bits are repeating here. When the system was introduced 1869, at initial stage 4 are there, the later was extended to the 14. End of his regime, the totally 14 branches are there. See, and here a great problem was occurred here only, because what problem is there means the mulki, the samasya is nothing but the mulkis are nothing but the nativity, the problem will rise here only. But under his regime, he were appointed so many are the higher officials. The majority of those higher officials as appointed by him, they are almost the maximum they were dumped from Hindustanis, or Especially the British East India government has introduced some kind of systems like the subsidiary alliance. Okay, so such type of systems. Okay, in the system, those who are the successful or the failures officers are there, na. So they and along with the some of officers in the Hindustanis, almost the Hindustanis and the British officers were dumped into or take into the Nizam service. So almost all are the non-locals. They are non-natives. That means Gair Mulkis are non-Mulkis. The problem was raised during his period only. He is the responsible for that. Are you okay? But especially that means the person is Salarzeng 1 before introduced in the especially Nizam government. And different type of the revenue systems or different type of revenue settlements are there, like that open auction system. That is nothing but open auction is nothing but that is Bahiranga Velam Pata. Evaraithe those who are the highest bidder are there in that open auction, they will get the right to collect the revenue from that particular area. Okay, and there is no relations in between the roller and the revenue collector. So those who are collecting the revenue from the peasants. So when he became the prime minister, the total system was abolished, that open auction like that, and introduced instead of that open auction system he was introduced. But in this system also a lot of changes occurred from 1864 to 1869. The first 1864 to 65 he was introduced the revenue board, the name Majlisi Malguzari. The system was abolished in that year 1867. Instead of he was introduced the central revenue branch, that is Sadar ul Mahike Malguzari. Even that also was abolished in the year 1869. He was introduced the system Sadari Mahim or Sadari Mahi Mufakarat. In that one, totally beginning 4 ministers, later was extended to the 14. So out of 14, some very important initial stage 4 are there. Revenue. At revenue level, Mukarram Abdullah Bahadur, and the second one is the police, means Samsher Abdullah Bahadur is there. At judiciary, Bashir Abdullah Bahadur are there. Then the fourth one is miscellaneous, and Shahib Zeng Bahadur are there. They are the very important system was introduced. See, this the system after 1853. You have to remember here. 1864-65 what happened, 1867 what happened, 1868 and 1869. But before 1864 and 65, what type of revenue system is there in the Nizams? The system is totally was abolished. The system is open auction system. So the system they bought from the East India Company. So they were introduced different type of the revenue settlements to get the more revenue or to collect the more revenue from the peasants. Okay, the open auction system was introduced by the Lord Warren Hastings in the year 1772. The same system also is there here also. So what type of systems they were introduced in the British East India Company, the same systems here also are there with some modifications. Sometimes there is no modifications. Okay, see the system was totally changed when he appointed as the Prime Minister. Before appointed the Prime Minister of Nizam, he had a lot of experience in the administrative matters as a Talukadar. Okay, and he got some administrative experience from his administrative guru. The person name is Dayton. So you have to remember all those areas.